Hate crimes hit a 12-year high in the United States in 2020, according to the FBI, the very intelligent FBI. And they say this: of the 7,426 hate crime offenses classified as crimes against people, as opposed to crimes against property, 53.4% were for intimidation. Okay? Now, hate crimes are bullshit. The whole concept is absolute horseshit. I don't know anybody who's ever enjoyed having a crime committed against them. Nor do I know anybody who's ever committed a crime against somebody out of love. So the fact that you can call somebody a racial epithet or call somebody a fag or something like that when you're beating them to hell or something like that, and that changes. Oh, this is on a whole new level. This is on a whole new level. It's ridiculous. And we were, I think it was fakehatecrimes.org. I have it over here somewhere in my files. They spiked, just like Black Lives Matter search engine results. They spike every election year because they use it as just a way to deliver some kind of a platform for a dying Democrat Party that has no real appeal to people. The same thing is with hate crimes. And what we learned was not only are most of them hoaxes perpetrated by people who are committing crimes against themselves, but that a lot of these numbers, these numbers are built up on those who have made accusations and filed reports, not actual crimes that have gone solved or have ever been adjudicated or anything like that. It's just people make accusations all the time because we are constantly obsessing over race and discrimination, and we have weaponized victimhood for political purposes in this country in such obscene ways that if you make an accusation, it goes into the tally. That's just it. Even if you have a vague description of a person who walked by you in the subway and called you a chink or something like that. Oh, somebody called me a chink in the subway. They tally it up. It goes into the tally. That's all you got to say. It's crazy. But listen to this. Listen to this. Preventing and responding to hate crimes and hate incidents is one of the Justice Department's highest priorities, Attorney General Merrick Garland said in a statement. FBI hate crime statistics for 2020 demonstrates the urgent need for a comprehensive response. Justice Department was warned that white supremacist groups represent a rising security threat after a deadly January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol. The deadly January 6th assault? Oh, Thomson Reuters, whatever do you mean? Whatever do you mean? You're talking about the people who had heart attacks and strokes? All the people who had heart attacks and strokes because they were not physically fit enough to be out there? What are you talking about? Or are you talking about the murder of Ashley Babbitt? Which, of course, her murderer, this Michael Byrd guy or whatever he was, he's a Capitol police officer. He had his time to shine on television now too. Granted an interview, and he's a black police officer, so that's already one check against you. And that's why this was so opportune to put on out there. The other thing is, of course, the fact that there was nothing else that you can say. There is no murders. There was nothing that happened there except this woman, an unarmed woman getting killed. And he got his time on television to say, if I didn't kill her, many more would have died. How? Why? Where? What? I mean, there was a couple hundred people that walked into the Capitol that day looking at the artwork. If who would have died on your end of the building that would not have died anywhere else? What are you talking about? But he got to take a victory lap. Didn't want to do it, but I'd kill her again if I had to, because it saved so many other people. And they continue on with this ridiculous narrative about January 6th. But that's not all with this hate crime thing. That's not all. They said this: at the same time, reports of hate-inspired attacks on Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders have also been on the rise. Yeah, in the inner cities of New York and Chicago and Baltimore. Spurred by what many say, because see, it's not there's no study into it. They can't actually show you where it has to just be hearsay at that point. What many say, because if they actually put a study into where all the Asian attacks are coming from, then it might be something that they report on less and less. Spurred by what many have said is then President Donald Trump's inflammatory remarks blaming the COVID-19 pandemic on China. And now you know why the intelligence community has found its inconclusive origins. Another reason why the origins of COVID-19 are inconclusive is because if they actually say, oh this did come out of China. Yes, it was outsourced work from the United States and put into China, but it did start in China. Yes, absolutely. Then all this nonsense about Donald Trump's inflammatory remarks blaming COVID-19 on just being Chinese, which is a straw man argument in itself, that goes away too. So everything that you read is horse shit. Literally everything you read is horse shit. And these people get paid to write it. That's why they're getting the AI in.